Welcome to Word Nerd Trivia's General Knowledge Quiz number 5. We have 40 questions and answers on deck in a wide assortment of categories. Keep track of your score and let's see them in the comments. If you like the quiz, be sure to click like and subscribe. Alright, Ramblers, let's get rambling. Which of these artists was famous for their splattered paint pieces? Jackson Pollock, Jean-Michel Basquiat, or Andy Warhol? The answer is Jackson Pollock. What 1970 documentary was filmed at a New York dairy farm? Our Daily Bread, Meet Your Meat, or Woodstock? That documentary was Woodstock, which took place at Max Yasgur's dairy farm. What does it mean if this symbol is on food packaging? Unwashed ingredients, kosher ingredients, or made in a union plant? That symbol means the ingredients are kosher, but they're not kosher for Passover. In what country would you find Waterloo? Wrong Waterloo. Better. Belgium, France, or the Netherlands? The answer is Belgium. This is Herminie Caudal of France. What invention did she unveil at the World's Fair of 1889? The modern bra, a vacuum cleaner, or a ceiling fan? She invented the modern bra. What is the name of this 1980s electronic toy? The Mind Boggler, the Tomitronic, or Merlin? That's Merlin. How many U.S. states border the Pacific Ocean? 3, 4, or 5? The answer is 5. Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, and Alaska. How many years did the 100 Years' War last? 98, 100, or 116? The answer is 116, but I guess that didn't sound as cool. Who is this man who wrote the classic novel Flowers for Algernon? Ken Kesey, Anthony Burgess, or Daniel Keyes? That's Daniel Keyes. What was the first television show to have a series finale? I Love Lucy, Leave It to Beaver, or Dragnet? The first series finale was the end of Leave It to Beaver. Prior to that, shows would just... What country is represented by this flag? Denmark, Sweden, or Finland? That's the flag of Denmark. What is the minimum number of notes necessary to create a chord? 2, 3, or 4? The answer is 3. Which of the following is not a character from George Orwell's Animal Farm? Napoleon, Snowball, or Hazel? It's Hazel. Hazel's from Watership Down. What is the maximum number of football players allowed on a field at any one time? 20, 22, or 24? Each team can have 11 players, so a total of 22. In what year did the Black Death, which killed nearly half of Europe, begin? 1279, 1346, or 1464? The answer is 1346. What is this equation best known as? The Pythagorean theorem, the quadratic equation, or the theory of relativity? Of course, that would be the Pythagorean theorem, which states that the area of the square whose side is the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the areas of the squares on the other two sides. I know, super basic stuff. You learned it in 8th grade. Duh. Alright, use the Pythagorean theorem to determine the value of the hypotenuse of this triangle. Is it 5, 6, or 7? Alright, baby bird, I gotcha. First up, we have to figure out what the value of a square and b square is. So you take 3 squared is 9, you take the 4 squared is 16. We add those two values together and that makes 25. So now we know the value of c squared is 25. There you go. Now you gotta do the square root. So what's the square root of 25? Well, that's 5. I mean, easy, right? Popeye the Sailor's boat has been rebuilt and renamed several times over the years. Which of the following is not a name that's been used? The Lady Olive, the Spinnacher, or the SS Lizzie? The answer is the Lizzie. That was the name of Bluto's yacht. What music video won the first ever MTV Video of the Year award? Michael Jackson's Thriller, Herbie Hancock's Rocket, or The Cars' You Might Think? The innovative video for You Might Think won the first award, beating both Thriller and Rocket. What is the capital of Libya? Tripoli, Algiers, or Al Hadid? The answer is Tripoli. Who painted this? Leonardo da Vinci, Sandro Botticelli, or Michelangelo? Well, that painting is The Birth of Venus, and the artist is Botticelli. What TV show literally invented the rerun? Really? That's the picture you're going with? Alright. I Love Lucy, The Twilight Zone, or Gunsmoke? The answer is I Love Lucy. Production of the show was paused during the second season to allow for Lucille Ball's pregnancy. They reran first season episodes and they still got great ratings. What is Buffalo Bill's real name in The Silence of the Lambs? Francis Dollarhide, James Gumb, or Frederick Chilton? His real name is James Gumb. There's a typo on his birth certificate and no one cared enough to fix it. Which of the following bones is not part of the elbow joint? The ulna, the radius, or the scapula? The answer is the scapula. That's the shoulder blade. What movie is this dialogue from?
Well, we used to look up in the sky and wonder at our place in the stars. Now we just look down and worry about our place in the dirt.
That's from Interstellar. What classic 1967 album is this the cover for? That's Strange Days by The Doors. What kind of cocktail is typically made with rum, ginger beer, and lime? A Moscow Mule, a Dark and Stormy, or a Planter's Punch? That's a Dark and Stormy. What is globophobia the fear of? Balloons, travel, or thunderstorms? It's the fear of balloons. On a rotary phone, which number requires the longest turn of the dial? 1, 0, or 9? The answer is 0. In what year was daylight savings time first implemented in the United States? 1877, 1918, or 1965? It was first implemented in 1918 in an attempt to conserve energy for the war effort. Which of these bands was formed first? NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, or 98 Degrees? Backstreet Boys formed in 1993, followed by NSYNC in 95 and 98 Degrees in 97. Popular in France, a croque monsieur is a heated sandwich traditionally filled with what? Ham and cheese, sausage and butter, or egg and cheese? It's ham and cheese. What actor provided the narration for How I Met Your Mother? Patton Oswalt, Bob Saget, or Daniel Stern? It was Bob Saget. Who was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Aretha Franklin, Carole King, or Janis Joplin? The answer is Aretha Franklin, who was inducted in 1987. What 1949 film noir is this frame from? It's from The Third Man. During what month does the US and Canada observe Labor Day? April, August, or September? The answer is September, specifically the first Monday of September. Follow-up question. Many other countries celebrate International Workers' Day instead. In what month is International Workers' Day observed? May, October, or November? It's in May, specifically May 1st. From what Missouri city does the wagon trail depart in the classic video game The Oregon Trail? Independence, Kansas City, or St. Louis? The answer is Independence. And guys, look, I got 1 mile left to go. I think I'm going to make it. Hit the spacebar real quick. Ow. Never mind. Patagonian toothfish are served in restaurants under what more menu-friendly name? Mahi mahi, Chilean sea bass, or red snapper? It's a Chilean sea bass. How many times has a movie A Star is Born been remade? Twice, 3 times, or 4 times? The answer is 3. The original was in 1937, it was then remade in 1954, 1976, and most recently in 2018. Well, that's the end of the quiz. Let's see those scores in the comments. If you liked it, please do consider clicking the like button. If you really liked it, how about the subscribe button? We'll be back next week with an all-new quiz and hope to see you then. Bye!